Hello and welcome back to the JILBOTICS Classroom. I am Olunlade Joshua, and in the last video we wrote the code to control this LED with a button. So now this is the circuit diagram and this is the connection diagram. You can see that I've already connected my circuit. This is because I wanted to save time, screen time. So I have already connected my circuit as shown by the picture in the left side of my screen. And let me just quickly explain. I connected the 5 volt of the Arduino Uno to the power rail, which comes with the red line, that is here, this red line. I connected my 5 volt there, and then I connected my ground wire to the ground rail on the breadboard. The next thing I did was to connect my button, and as you have learned, the button is connected. The one side of the button is connected to 5 volt, and then the other side of the button is connected to our digital input pin. But we have to use the resistor to bring the button down to ground when it does not sense anything. That is why this resistor is here. And the next thing I did was to connect my LED, which I wanted to control. I connected the anode to pin 13 as shown. Then I connected the cathode to ground and the current limiting resistor to limit the current. So I have connected it here, and let me clear this wire so that you can see the LED properly. So I have connected the LED, the button here in my video. So now let me just add this button cap to make it look beautiful. Okay, you can see that as I press it, the button comes on. And our code, let me just quickly make reference to our code. So what we wrote in the code was that if the button state is high, or if the button state is equal to 1, then it should switch on the LED, else it should switch off the LED. So we can see that the LED is off right now. That's because the button state is not pressed. Sorry, the button is not pressed, which means that the button state will be equal to 0. Let me just quickly remind you, we are reading in the value using digital read. We are reading in the value of that digital pin 2 with digital read. So, and we are storing it in the variable button state. So depending on whether this button is pressed or not, the button state variable will be 0 or 1. So when it is pressed, the button state variable will be 1, and when it is released, the button state variable will be 0. So according to the code that we wrote here, we said if the button state is equal to 1, it should switch on the LED. So that means that when we press it, the button state will be 1, and then it will switch on the LED. Else, that is if we release it, the button state will be 0 and the LED will be off. I hope this is clear, and this has been an interesting experience. What I want you to do as an assignment is to find out how you can use the button to toggle the state of an LED. What do I mean? You see that here, what we do is that when we press this button, the LED comes on, and when we release it, the LED comes off. But what I want to do is that anytime I press the button like this, I want the LED to come on and stay on, and then when I press the button like this, I want the LED to go off. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you understand that, I want you to write a code that will toggle the state of an LED, then make a small video or something with your phone, or if you can't make a small video with your phone, you can send the code. I want to see how you will do it. You can check online for how people have done it, or just make research and do it. I hope what we have done today is clear. If you have any questions as to the things that we have done today, please ask on the classroom platform provided for you by JILBOTICS. I am Joshua Olunlade, and I'm happy to be taking you through this course. Bye for now.